In the Union Budget 2026-27, the government has allotted 1.39 lakh crore rupees to the education sector. This is an increase of about 8.27% compared to last year and is the highest education allocation so far in nominal terms. However, when adjusted for rising costs and inflation, the actual increase in spending power may be more limited than the headline figure suggests. Budget numbers can sound big, but their impact depends on where the money goes. In today's Straight Up, we break down what the Union Budget 2026-27 means for India's education sector. How the money is divided. Out of the total allocation, school education has received around 83,562 crore rupees, while higher education has been allotted about 55,727 crore rupees. School education continues to get the largest share, mainly due to large welfare-linked schemes and the scale of government schooling. At the same time, higher education has been slightly faster growth, pointing to a gradual shift towards research, skills, and advanced learning. Focus areas in this budget. The education budget in this year focuses on digital learning and technology, including artificial intelligence, skilling and job readiness, research and innovation, and access to education, especially for girls. While these priorities align with future workforce needs, their success will depend on infrastructure, teacher preparedness, and coordination between central and state governments. University townships. The budget proposes the development of 5 university townships along industrial and logistic corridors. These townships are meant to link education with industry and employment. Their long-term impact, however, will depend on land availability, state cooperation, and private investment. Girls' hostels. The government has announced a proposal to set up one girls' hostel in every district. This addresses safety and accommodation challenges faced by female students, particularly in higher education. The real impact will depend on funding clarity, timeliness, and proper maintenance. AVGC Labs. AVGC labs for animation, visual effects, gaming, and comics will be set up in 15,000 schools and 500 colleges. These labs support new age careers, but without trained teachers and strong industry links, implementation may remain uneven across regions. Support for higher education and research. Several targeted schemes have received funding. 2,200 crore for One Nation, One Subscription, which provides access to global research journals. 200 crore for PM Research Chairs. 100 crore for Center of Excellence in AI for Education. 900 crore for world-class institutions. 3,200 crore for Atal Tinkering Labs. 1,850 crore under PM Usha for state universities. 1,250 crore for apprenticeship training. 600 crore for research fellowships. 650 crore for digital education through information and communication technology. These schemes aim to improve research quality and innovation. However, experts point out that many universities still face challenges due to limited crore funding and staffing shortages. School education schemes. Key allocations for school education include 42,100 crore for Samagra Shiksha, 12,750 crore for PM Poshan and Mid-Day Meal Scheme, 10,127 crore for Kendriya Vidyalaya, 6,025 crore for Navodaya Vidyalayas, 7,500 crore for PM Shri Model Schools, 682 crore for NCRT, around 381 crore for merit-based scholarships. These schemes ensure continuity in schooling and student welfare. However, improvements in learning outcomes will depend on how effectively states implement and monitor these programs. Funding for institutions. In terms of institutional funding, central universities have received 17,440 crore rupees. IITs have been allotted 12,123 crore rupees. 3 new campuses at the All India Institute of Ayurveda will be established under the 4,408 crore rupees allocation to the Ministry of Ayush. The UGC gets 3,709 crore rupees, IIMs receive 292 crore rupees. While this strengthens centrally funded institutions, the gap between them and many state-run universities is likely to continue. Skilling and student relief. Out of the Education Ministry, the Skill Development Ministry has received 9,885.8 crore rupees to support ITIs and training programs. TCS on overseas education remittances has been reduced to 2%, easing financial pressure to families sending students abroad. Overall, the education budget for 2026-27 continues to focus on technology, skills and research while maintaining large spending on schools and student welfare. The key challenge ahead will not just be the size of the allocation, but how effectively these funds are implemented and translated into measurable outcomes. For more such clear and concise explainers on education and policy, stay tuned to Edex Live.